Hi guys, this is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to make this teddy bear Lovey. So for this project, I bought a 5-pack of this yarn, this Kramer Luxe Carpal yarn, and I only used 2.5. I used 2, and then I got a little bit left of the 3rd. Plus I bought 2 of this coffee kind of color, coffee brown, and I bought 2 of these too and only used 1. So from the yarn I bought, I got exactly enough to make another one if I wanted. The blue, I just had some scrap yarn blue, a little bit of it. I don't have the paper, but it matched really well with the blue of the Afghan, so I decided I'd go ahead and use it to get more color for the ears and the mouth and everything. So if you got a little bit of blue or whatever color, if you want to use a variegated yarn just like me, try to match the color if you can, as best as you can. A few more things you're going to need for this guy is he's a stuffed animal, so you're going to need some fiber fill. And for his eyes and his nose, I used this felt. So you're going to need a little bit of white, a little bit of black, and also a hot glue gun to be able to to glue the eyes together and the nose on. For this project, you're also going to need a tapestry needle for sewing, a pair of scissors, and you're going to need 2 hooks. One is a size 3mm hook or a size C hook for the US, and also a 5mm hook, which is size H hook for the US. So go ahead and grab your 5mm hook, because that's what we're going to be using to make the Afghan. I don't know how many, just like the unicorn Lovey I did, I don't know how many it's going to take me to teach this, but I'm guessing it's going to be kind of the same. But I'm going to go ahead and complete, I should say the pattern is complete, and I will have it on my Etsy and Ravelry shop if you want to buy the pattern in full with all the pictures and everything. You don't have to wait till all the tutorials are released. Okay, for the size of this Afghan, it is 57 centimeters wide, and lengthwise it's 71 centimeters. And in inches, it's 22 inches wide and 28 inches long. The gauge for this pattern is measured from one single crochet to the next single crochet with a shell in the middle. So basically I was measuring how much each shell, and it's 5 centimeters, which is about 2.5 centimeters per shell. Also, if you want to make this Afghan in a larger size, you can. I have on the pattern how much you would need to chain or single crochet foundations, double crochet foundation stitch in order to get the size needed for twin, full, queen, or king. You can find that on the pattern page. Also, I taught this stitch a while back when I was teaching a lot of stitches, and there's a graph on this, and you can find the link to the graph to this stitch also on my site. Now the multiples of this Afghan, if you're chaining, is 6, multiples of 6 plus 5. And what that means is that you're going to be chaining in multiples of 6, 6, 6, 6 until you reach your desired size, and then you would chain 5 more for your plus 5, and then you would be ready to start. Also, if you're going to be doing what I did, which is using double crochet foundation stitch, then you're going to want to use, you're going to want to do multiples of 6 plus 2. And so you'll be doing the multiples of 6 until you reach your desired size, and then you'll add 2 more double crochet foundation stitches, and then you'll be ready to do the stitch. Now to make the Afghan, we're going to be using a 5mm hook or size H hook for the US, and we're going to be using worsted weight yarn, which is 10 ply for Australia and 4 ply for the US. Okay. So the size that you need to make for this Afghan is 86 double crochet foundation stitches, or you want to chain 89. So I'm going to go ahead and do double crochet foundation stitches, and if you don't know how to do those, I'm going to show you that real quick. What you want to do to make a double crochet foundation stitch is you want to start off by chaining 3. Then you want to go into this very first chain, first yarn over, go into that very first chain that you did, and you're going to pull a loop through. Then you're going to yarn over and only pull through one of those loops that creates the chain, and then you're going to do your double crochet as normal. So you'll yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now this very first stitch that we did, which I said is the chain, is what we're going to be using to make our next double crochet and chain, because double crochet foundation stitches is where you're making the chain and the double crochet all at once. So you want to yarn over, go into that very first stitch, pull up a loop, and then if you want to hold it with your finger here so that you don't lose your first stitch, you can. Yarn over, pull through only one, that's your chain, and this is also the stitch we're going to be using to go back into when we've got done making our double crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. I'm still holding on to my chain here so I know this is my stitch. So I'm going to yarn over and go into that stitch, pull up a loop. Again, you want to yarn over, only pull through one, which creates the chain, and then finish your double crochet as normal. Yarn over again, go into that first stitch, which is the chain, pull up loop, yarn over, only pull through one, creating the chain, and then complete your double crochet as normal. And you want to go ahead and do it until you have 86 of these. If you're chaining, go ahead and chain until you have 89 chains. Okay, so you want to continue to double crochet foundation stitch until you have 86 total. And if you've chained your 89, then you want to go ahead and double crochet in the 6th chain from your hook. So you're going to count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so just imagine you want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 5, and in the 6th one you're going to be putting a double crochet, and then you want to double crochet down your chain, and at the end of your row you should have 84 stitches. And once you've done that, then you will be caught up to where we are, and you'll be ready to begin row 2. And row 2, you want to begin by chaining 3 and turn. Now we're going to, this chaining counts as your first stitch, so we're going to skip this 2nd stitch here, and in this 3rd stitch over you want to put a single crochet. Then you'll chain 3. Then now you want to skip 2 stitches, so 1, 2, and in this 3rd one over you want to put a single crochet, and you'll be repeating this for the row. You'll be chaining 3, skip 2, 3rd one over, put a single crochet. Just keep continuing to do this for your row. Skip 2, single crochet, and at the very end of your row you should have 2 stitches left, a double crochet and your beginning chain 3. What you want to do with the very end of your row is you want to chain 1, and then you want to half double crochet in the top of your ending chain 3, and that will end row 2. Okay, for row 3 you want to chain 1 and turn. Then you want to single crochet in this very first half double crochet of your row, and then skipping this first chain 1 space and moving into our first chain 3 space of our row, we're going to be making our first shell. And how you do that is you put 2 double crochets worked in this chain 3 space, then chain 2, and then put 2 more double crochets all worked in this same chain 3 space. And then in the next chain 3 space we're going to anchor that down by putting a single crochet. So single crochet only worked in the next chain 3 space. So then we're going to repeat again the double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets in this next chain 3 space. So go ahead and repeat that. 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets, and then again you anchor that shell down using the next chain 3 space, and you just put a single crochet there, and you're going to continue this all the way to the end of your row. Double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and then you always single crochet in the next. At the end of this row is the same. You'll single crochet in the first chain. I'm sorry, the chain 1 space, not the first chain. The chain 1 space. I'm just going to go right into the space itself. There. So it's pretty cut and dry on the second row. Okay, for row 4, you want to chain 3 and turn. That chain 3 will count as the first stitch. Now for this row, we're only going to be working with our double crochets that's on the either side of our chain 2. So we have 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets that make up our shell. And we're only going to be using these 2 double crochets that are on either side of our chain 2. These other 2 double crochets, we're going to be ignoring this row. So we're going to be picking up the post of that first one. So you go ahead and yarn over, pick up the post, and you're going to be doing a front post double crochet as usual. So just do your double crochet. Now you want to chain 2 and single crochet in our chain 2 spot. Then you'll chain 2 again, and this is where we're going to be starting our front post double crochet decreases. So like I said, we're going to be using this double crochet on the either side of the chain 2. So go ahead and yarn over and pick up that first post, pull up a loop, yarn over and only pull through 2, leaving that last loop on your hook. Then you're going to be moving over to your next shell, and then to this next post of this double crochet that's beside our chain 2 on this shell. So go ahead and yarn over, pick up that post, again pick up a loop, pull through only 3 loops on your hook, and then you want to finish your decrease by pulling through all 3 loops. Then you'll chain 2, and you'll be working your chain 2 space as normal every time. You'll chain 2, put a single crochet, and then chain 2. Then it brings us back to our front post double crochet decrease. So again, yarn over using the post on this side of the chain 2, pick that up, pick up a loop, and then pull through only 2. Then yarn over, find the double crochet that's on this side of this next shell, and again you want to pick up a loop, only pull through 2, 3 loops on your hook, pull through all 3 loops. Then again you'll want to chain 2, single crochet in the center, and chain 2, and then you'll continue that for your row. When you get to the very end of your row, you want to go ahead and grab up, so yarn over, go ahead and grab up this last double crochet and pull through 2, and then you want to put yarn over and go ahead into this last single crochet, pick up a loop, pull through 2, and then you'll finish your double crochet decrease, and then that will end 1, 2, 3, 4, row 4. Okay, so for row 5, we're going to chain 3 and turn. Chain 3 again will count as your first stitch of the row. And on this row, we're going to be doing a repeat of here, which is just having 1 double crochet in all your stitches. You're going to be putting 2 double crochets in all your chain 2 spaces, and 1 double crochet in each of your single crochets, and this little section here where you did your front post decreases. So your decreases will only get 1, single crochets will only get 1, but these 2 chain 2 spaces, you'll put 2 double crochets in there. And the end of the row was a single crochet, so this chain 3 already counts as a double crochet for that. So we're going to move over to our first chain 3 space, and we're going to put 2 double crochets in that space. Then in our single crochet, you'll put 1 double crochet. Then in the next chain 2 space here, we're going to put 2 double crochets. And then we've reached this stitch here, which is our decrease. So we'll put 1 double crochet in that. Then again, 2 double crochets worked in our chain 2 space, 1 in our single crochet, and then again 2 in your chain 2 space. And you're just going to continue this all the way down your row until you have all your double crochets. And you should have whatever you began with down here, you should have equal number on this row as well. And you should count your stitches and make sure that you're still on the right track. Okay, I'm getting to the end of my row, and this is my last front post double crochet, and then this is the top of my chain 3, so I'm going to put 1 there as well. So that ends row 5, and now you're going to be doing the repeat rows 1 through 5. And just to remind you, this is a repeat of row 1, and as you remember, we started here. So for row 6 you would begin by chaining 3 and turning, and remember you're going to skip this chain 3 counts as your first stitch, so you're going to be skipping the second one, and then the third one over you're going to do a single crochet, and then now you'll be chaining 3, skipping 2, and the third one over you'll be doing your single crochet. So continue this all the way down your row. That's a repeat of row 6. I'm sorry, that's a repeat of row 2, I believe. So that's a repeat of row 2. So you're going to be repeating rows 1 through 5 over and over again. Go ahead, feel free to rewind the video, check out the chart, check out, rewind the tutorial. I'll be having all the rows clearly marked. And continue this until you have reached your desired size or the width that I mentioned, the length that I mentioned earlier. Okay guys, when you're done with the Afghan part and you're ready to do the border of your Afghan, then go ahead and grab your 5mm hook and attach your yarn back on it. Oh, and the yarn that I used for the ruffle and all the way around was the same color that I used for the teddy bear. I didn't use the variegated for the outside border of the Afghan. I just used the brown, because you really want to do a double crochet attachment here. You can do a slip stitch chain 2, but it just looks better to do a double crochet attachment. And because this is already so ruffled, I'm going to go ahead and show you on the side. Now to do the ruffle, you're only going to be doing this ruffle part of the stitch lengthwise. So as you can see, there's my guy here. He's on the long side. So you're only going to be doing it on the very top, and the very bottom will be ruffled. The sides are going to be just a single crochet. So how you want to do this is you want to attach it on one of the long sides. So it could be the top or the bottom. And I'm going to show you how you attach your yarn by using one of these simple stitches on the side. So to do a double crochet attachment, you want to yarn over, find a stitch to put your hook in, pull up a loop. Whoops, got to hold that down. Yarn over and hold that loop on there with your little finger. Stick it in a stitch. Then you want to pull a loop up. 3 loops on your hook, just like a regular double crochet. You'll yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's your first double crochet. Working in the same stitch, you want to put 2 more double crochets in there. And then the very next stitch, and in all stitches along the top, you'll want to put 3 double crochets in each stitch. So this ruffle is made by just putting 3 double crochets in each stitch along the top. Let me get this out of the way here. And then you want to continue to do your 3 double crochets all along this top area until you reach the end of your row. And then you want to turn to the side, and in the very first stitch of this row, someplace on the side here, you want to put a half double crochet, and then the rest of them you want to put a single crochet. But you want to get that half double crochet in there because it's the step down from double crochet to single crochet, and it kind of helps the corner here. So the first stitch will always be a half double crochet, and then you'll try to do your best keeping your single crochets as evenly as you can. There's no set place that you can put them. Just try to, you can put a couple close together, but just try not to put 2 single crochets too far apart. Try to stay as consistent as you can all the way down till you reach your very last stitch on the side. And again, you want to put half double crochet before on the corner before you turn and start your 3 double crochets worked in all your stitches along the top. And it'll go along the same when you get to the end of this row. You turn, first one half double crochet, and then the rest will be single crochet, and you'll continue to do that all the way to the end. And then the very last stitch will be a half double crochet, and then go ahead and slip stitch in the beginning double crochet attachment, and then chain 1, cut your yarn, hide your tails, because you are done with your Afghan part, and you're also done with your 5mm hook. So put that aside And now you want to grab your 3mm hook or size C hook, because now we're going to be making the doll part of this pattern.